Hello dear viewers, my name is Dr. Mohmad Pandit, Assistant Professor at the Department of English, Institute of Aeronautical Engineering, Hyderabad. Today in this video lecture, we will discuss about active voice and passive voice. What's active voice and what's passive voice? Then we will take different rules of conversion. How we can convert active voice into passive voice and vice versa. Okay, the first slide it's about what's active voice. We need to understand what's active voice before we attempt convergence or the rules of convergence. The first one is the active voice. A verb is in the active voice when it is formed, shows that the person denoted by the subject does something, or in other words, is the doer of an action. Or you can say, when the subject acts, verb is said to be in active voice. Why we call it active voice? Or what is active voice? To make it more explicit, to make it more simple, active voice is when a subject acts, the verb is said to be in the active voice. Remember, when a subject acts, verb is said to be in active voice. For example, here we have John, this is subject. Then we have verb kicks, this is verb in first form. Then we have the ball, it is an object. Here in this sentence, it is John as a subject who acts. And what's the act? Act is kicks. Therefore, we can say that the verb kicks, it is in active voice. As I told you that when active voice means when a subject acts, the verb is said to be in the active voice. As in this sentence, John kicks the ball. Here, it is John who acts, who performs an act. And what's that act? Kicks. Therefore, we can say that the verb kicks, it's in active voice. Or for that matter, if I write like this, the horse kicked the man. Here in this sentence, the horse, it's a subject, followed by verb kicked, verb in second form, and then followed by an object, that is the man. Here in this sentence, it is the subject horse that acts. And what's that act? It's kicked. Therefore, we can say that in this sentence, verb kicks, kicked, it's in an active voice. Now, what's passive voice? The verb is in the passive voice. When it is formed, shows that something is done to the person or thing denoted by the subject. Or when something is done to the subject, verb is said to be in the passive voice. What's this passive voice? When something is done to the subject, verb is said to be in passive voice. Like in this sentence, we have the ball. This is subject. Then we have verb is kicked. Is kicked, it is plus verb in third form. Here the ball, this is object of the first sentence. And then we have is kicked, it's is plus verb in third form. Then we have John as a subject. Here, something is done to the subject. When something is done to the subject, we say that verb is in the passive voice. Like here, the ball is kicked by John. Before we move to the next slide, I would like to recapitulate these two slides. The first one is the active voice. What's active voice? When subject acts, the verb is said to be the active voice. Like in the first sentence, John kicks the ball. Here it is the John who performs an act. John as a subject who performs an act, and act is kicks. Therefore, we can say that the verb kicks, it's in active voice. And in the second sentence, that's passive voice, when something is done to the subject, the verb is said to be in the passive voice. Like here, is kicked, it's verb but in passive voice. Now, before we move to the rules of conversion, I would like to talk about what is subject and object. First of all, you need to understand what is subject in order to understand active voice and passive voice. Subject means doer of an action, or a person or a thing about whom or about which we talk. The first thing is subject is doer of an action, one who performs an act. And the second point is subject. It's a person or thing about whom or about which we talk. For example, see in this sentence, the fisherman, this is subject. And caught, this is verb in second form. And the fish, this is an object. Fisherman, this is subject. Why? Because the fisherman, here in this sentence, fisherman is the doer of an action. That's why I told you subject means doer of an action, or a person or thing about whom or about which we talk. Like here, the baby seems happy. If you look at this sentence, we have subject in the baby, and then we have verb seems as verb in first form, and then we have happy as complement. Now here in this sentence, the baby, it's subject, although it's not the doer of an action. But here in this sentence, I talk about a person, that is baby. Therefore, I can say that the baby is the subject of the sentence. As I told you, subject means a person or a thing about whom or about which we talk. Here in this sentence, I'm talking about the baby. Therefore, baby is subject. Although in this sentence, baby is no doer of an action because verb is seems. Seems verb, it's a intransitive verb. It shows the state of baby. Now the next one is object. Object means the receiver of an action, or a person or thing that is impacted by the action of the subject. To make it more simple, to make it more short, object means a receiver of an action. If you look at this sentence, the fisherman, if I change this, the fisherman, interchange the place of subject and object, the fish was caught by the fisherman. This is the passive voice of the fisherman caught the fish. Now, if you look at the first sentence, we have the fish. The fish is an object. Why? Because it is the receiver of an action. Or you can say like this, for example, the man or the horse kicked the man. Here, the horse is subject because it's the performer of an action, or it is the doer of an action. And what is the action? That is kicked. That's verb in second form. The man is object. Why? Because it is the receiver of an action. It is the man who gets affected by the action of the subject. Therefore, we can say that the man is an object. It is the receiver of an action. And what is the action? Kicked. That's why I told you object is the receiver of the action, or a person or thing that is impacted by the action of the subject. Here, the man, it's impacted by the action of horse. Therefore, we can say the man, this is an object. Now, subject means doer of an action, and object means the receiver of an action. Now, the first rule, how to change tenses in active voice and passive voice. We have the first tense, that is simple present. And the structure for simple present is subject plus verb in first form plus other words. And simple present, it changes into is, am, are, that is be forms of verb, present be forms of verb plus verb in third form. Simple present, subject plus verb in first form plus other words. Simple present will change into be form of verb, present be form of verb plus verb in third form, like here, is, am, are plus verb in third form. Then we have the present continuous, and the structure of present continuous is subject plus is, am, are plus verb in ing form plus other words. And it will change into is, am, are plus being plus verb in third form. For every continuous tense, we use being. Again, this is be form of verbs, present be forms of verb plus being plus verb in third form. Then we have present perfect, and the structure for present perfect is subject plus has, have plus verb in third form. And it will change into has, have plus been plus verb in third form. For perfect tenses, we use being. Therefore, has, have plus been plus verb in third form. Then we have the next tense, that is simple past. And the structure for simple past is subject plus verb in second form plus other words. It will change into be forms of verb plus verb in third form. But be forms of verb, they must be in past tense, like here, was, were, plus verb in third form. Then we have past continuous, and the structure for past continuous is subject plus was, were, plus verb in ing form plus other words. And it will change into was, were, plus being, plus verb in third form. As I told you that for every continuous tense, we use being in passive voice. Therefore, was, were, plus being, plus verb in third form. Then we have the next one, that is past perfect. And the structure for past perfect is subject plus had plus verb in third form. And it will change into had plus been plus verb in third form. As I told you, for every perfect tense, we use been. Like here, had plus been plus verb in third form. Then we have the next tense, that is future perfect. Future perfect will change into will, oblique shall, plus have, plus been, plus verb in third form. Again, here we use been. Now the next one is modal auxiliaries like will, shall, can, etc. We use will, shall, like here, will, shall, plus be, plus verb in third form. Now we will take some examples so as to understand this. For example, look at this sentence. We have the man, this is subject, that means doer of an action. Then we have the action, that is stopped, and stopped is verb in second form. And then we have the object, that is the train. Object means the receiver of an action. Now look at this sentence. The man stopped the train. This is a simple past tense, and simple past tense will change into was, were, plus verb in third form. Was, were, plus verb in third form. The first thing you have to do is to interchange the place of subject and object. Like here, take this subject, the man, here, and object to the position of subject here. Therefore, the first is the train, and the train is singular. With train, we use was, not were. Therefore, the train was stopped. Stopped is verb in third form. As I told you, we use was, were, plus verb in third form. The train was stopped by the man. Or we will take another example. For example, the horse kicked the man. Look at this sentence. The horse, this is subject, doer of an action. And what's action? Kicked, this verb in second form. Here the kicked, it's in active voice because here in this sentence, subject is the doer of an action, that is the horse is the doer of an action. The man, it's an object. Object means a receiver of an action. Now again, this is simple past tense. How we can change this? Was, were, plus verb in third form. Now first of all, interchange the place of subject and object. The man is again singular, and with singular we use was. The man was, then verb in third form, and kicked is again verb in third form also. The man was kicked by the horse. We'll take another tense like here. For example, uh, he sings a song. Here he, this is third person singular, subject. And the subject, it can be a noun, it can be a pronoun, or it can be noun phrase. Like here, it's noun, a pronoun. He, this is subject, then sings, this verb in first form. A song, this is an object. Now this is simple present tense. How we change simple present tense? Simple present tense will change into is, am, are. That means be forms of verb plus verb in third form. Interchange the place of subject and object. A song, the song, it's singular, and with singular we use is. Therefore, a song is. Then we have to write verb in third form. It's third form for sing. It is sung. A song is sung by. He will change into him. Or we can take another example. For example, if I write like this, he has written a letter. Now, in this sentence, we have he, a subject, then we have has, helping verb, then we have written verb in third form, a letter, and object. This is present perfect tense, and present perfect tense, as I told you, it will change into has, oblique have, plus been, plus verb in third form. In every perfect tense, we use been. Now, first, interchange the place of subject and object. A letter, this is singular, and with singular we use has, not have. Therefore, a letter has. Has, it must be followed by been. A letter has been, then verb in third form, written. Again, this is verb in third form. A letter has been written by him. Or we can take another example. For example, if I write like this, he is singing a song. He, this is subject, third person singular. Then we have is, helping verb. Then we have verb in ing form. Then we have a song and object. This is present continuous tense, and as I told you, present continuous will change into be form of verb. Present forms is, am, are, plus being, plus verb in third form. Now, interchange the place of subject and object. A song, this is singular, and with singular we use is. A song is, then it must be followed by being. A song is being. Then being must be followed by verb in third form. And what is the verb, third form of verb? Say for saying, it is sung. A song is being sung by him. Now, look at this slide. How we change pronouns in active voice and passive voice. I, it will change into me. We, it will change into us. You will change into you. That means it will not change. They, it will change into them. He, it will change into him. It will change into it. That means it will not change. Here, two pronouns will not change. That is you, second person pronoun, and it, third person pronoun. These two pronouns will not change. Rest will change. For example, I, it will change into me. I, it's in active voice, and me, it's in passive voice. Now, the next one is how to change monologue slurs. Look at this sentence. Model auxiliaries, as I told you, it will change into models, okay, plus be plus verb in third form. Remember this rule. Model plus be plus verb in third form. Now look at this sentence. We have you, this is subject. Then we have must, it's model. Then we have teach, verb in first form. And then we have him as an object. First, you have to change or interchange the place of subject and object. You, it will come at the position of object, and him, it will come at the position of subject. Him, it will change into he. Then he, subject must be followed by modal auxiliary, that is must. Must be followed by be. Here it is be. And then be must be followed by verb in third form, and the third form of verb. Teach, its third form is taught. By, and you will not change. You will remain you, okay? Or look at the second example. Here we have I, this is subject. Then we have model, can. Then we have left, verb, first form. And then we have this box, this an object. Remember here, only box is not an object. It is this box. This box is an object, okay? Now first, interchange the place of subject and object. Here, I, it will come here, and this box, it will come at the position of subject. This box, this is subject. Subject must be followed by, as I told you, model. Model must be followed by be, and be must be followed by verb in third form. Now, this box, what's model? Can. Then can must be followed by be, and here we have be. And then be must be followed by verb in third form, and the third form for left is left by me. By, and I will change into me. So, therefore, remember, when we change your modal auxiliaries in from active voice to passive voice, remember, don't change modal auxiliaries, only write modal auxiliaries as they are, and then be, and then verb in third form. Now the next step, how to change sentences in which verb is followed by the two objects. It's very important one. If the verb is followed by two objects, how can we change that sentence? Look at this sentence. Mr. Dave, this is subject. Then we have teach, this verb in first form. Then we have us, this object, and grammar, again this is object. Grammar, it's a direct object, and us, it's indirect object. Okay, this sentence which carry two objects, we can change these sentences in two ways. Look at the first one. This is subject plus verb in first form, that is, this is simple present tense, and simple present tense will change is am, are plus verb in third form. Now, interchange the place of subject and object. David, it will come at the position of object, and grammar, it will come, or us or grammar. First we will change us, then we will change grammar. Us, it will come at the position of subject. Now, us will change into we. As I told you how to change pronouns. For example, I will change into me, we will change into us, or us will change into we, vice versa. Now, here we have us, it will change into we. Okay. Now, we, with we don't use is, we don't use am, we use are. Therefore, we are. And this are, it must be followed by verb in third form. And what is the third form for teach? It's taught. We are taught grammar by Mr. David. Now this is the one way. Now look at the second one. If I take this direct object grammar at the position of subject, then we have to introduce two phrase. We have to introduce two in that very sentence. Look at here. Grammar, it will come at the position of subject, and David will come at the position of object. Now the grammar it's singular. Therefore, with grammar, we use is. Grammar is must be followed by verb in third form. Here we have verb in third form. Teach, its third form is taught. Then we have to, then we have to introduce two phrase. Okay, when we change direct object, or when we make direct object as a subject in passive voice, we have to introduce two phrase like here. And this two phrase, we have to introduce it after the main verb like here. Talk to, then us. Here it will not change, it will remain same, us by Mr. David. Remember, if we have sentences that carry two objects, there we can change this sentence in two ways. The first one is if we take indirect object at the position of subject, we don't have to introduce the phrase. But if we make direct object as a subject, we have to introduce two phrase after the main verb like here. Okay. Now look at the next example. For example, if I write like this, he bought me a watch. Here he, this is subject. Bought, this verb in second form. Me, this is object but indirect object. Then a watch, this is direct object. This is simple past tense, and simple past tense will change into was, were, plus verb in third form. Now, interchange the place of subject and object. Me, it will change into I, and with I, we use was. I was. And then we have the verb in third form, and third form is again bought. I was bought a watch by him. Now, if we make a direct object as a subject, like here, we have to introduce two phrases. A watch, again this is singular, and with singular we use was. A watch was. Then verb in third form, a watch was bought. Here after the main verb, we have to introduce two phrases. A watch was bought to me by he will change into him. Okay, now the next rule is rule number 5, how to change interrogative sentences. We have two types of interrogative sentence. One is WH questions, and the second one is helping word questions or yes no questions. Okay, first we will change, we will take WH questions. In WH questions, WH remains same. It will not change except who. Only who will change. It will change into by whom. Rest will not change. If we have why or where or what in active voice, In the passive voice, it will remain same. Now look at the sentence. We have who, then we have writes, verb in first form, then we have the letter as an object. In this sentence, we don't have subject. Now, how to change this simple present tense? Simple present tense will change into is, am, are, plus verb in third form. But remember one thing. Here, you have to make a little change. And what's that change? These helping verbs, that means be forms of verbs, introduce subject after be forms of verbs, like this: is, am, are, plus subject, then plus verb in third form, only in interrogative sentences. Rest is same. For example, in statements, how we change simple present tense, we change it like this: is, am, are, plus verb in third form. Now, if it is simple present tense, but an interrogative sentence, we have to introduce one thing, and what's that? We have to introduce subject after be form of verb, like is, am, are, then plus subject plus verb in third form. And this structure it is for statements, and this structure is for interrogative sentence. Otherwise, the tense is same, and this tense is simple present. Now, look at this example. Who, it will change into by whom. Then take this letter, it will come at the position of subject. But before subject, we have to introduce helping verbs in questions, like here: is, am, are, plus subject. Now the letter, this is singular, and with letter we use is. We don't use am or are, we use is. Therefore, by whom is the letter written? Letter, the subject, it's letter, then verb in third form. Only remember one thing, and that is introduce subject after helping verbs. That will be forms of verbs. Okay. Now look at the second sentence. Why did you abuse him? Why? It will not change. Only who will change into by whom. Rest of the interrogative pronouns, that means WH question, they will not change. Okay. Why? It will remain same. Then we have did. This is helping verb. You, this is subject. Abuse, this is verb in first form. Me, this is object. This is simple past tense. And simple past tense will change into was, were, plus verb in third form. But if it is an interrogative sentence, then we have to introduce subject after helping verbs. What is the helping verb? Was, were. Now it's like this: was, were, plus subject plus verb in third form. Now look at this. WH, why? It will remain same. Him, it will come at the position of subject. You, it will come at the position of object, like here. Now see, why? Okay. Now, how we change simple past tense? We use simple past to was and were. Subject him, it will change into he. Okay. And with he, we don't use were, we use was. Therefore, why was? It's was, followed by subject he, this is he, followed by verb in third form, and the third form for abuse is abused by you. You will not change. Remember, when in interrogative sentence, what we do, we just introduce subject after be forms of verb. Be forms of verb. Now the next one is how to change your helping verb questions or yes no questions. We have different helping verbs like is, am, are, was, were, has, have, do, does, did. Okay. Now how to change helping verbs? See. Look at the first example. Does, this is helping verb. Then we have he, this is subject, helps, this verb in first form, you, this an object. This is simple present tense. And how we change simple present tense? Simple present tense we will change into is, am, are plus verb in third form. As I told you, in interrogative sentence, we have uh, just introduced subject after be forms of verb. Here we have be form of verb is, am, are. We have to write like this: is, am, are plus subject, then verb in third form. Now look at this sentence. You, it will come at the position of subject, and he, it will come at the position of object. Okay. Now you with you. If it is subject to you and with you, we use are. We don't use am or is. Therefore, are. Are you? Very good. This are, then you, and then subject verb in, sorry, then verb in third form. And what is third form for help? It's helped by him. He will change into him. Now look at the second example. He is singing a song. This is a present continuous tense, and we change present continuous tense like this: is, am, are, being. In continuous tenses, we use being plus verb in third form. But one thing you have to do here, it's interrogative sentence. Therefore, introduce subject after be forms of verb. Like if it is, am, are, then introduce subject, then introduce being, and then verb in third form. Now look at the sentence. He, it will come at the position of object, and a song, it will come at the position of subject. A song is singular. A song, it's singular. And with singular, we don't use am or are, we use is. Therefore, is a song. Here it's is, followed by subject, a song. Then being, it's being. Then verb in third form. And the third form for sing is sung. By, he will change into him. Okay. Now look at the third sentence. Here we have did. This is a helping verb, followed by subject, then verb in first form, then a letter, this object. This simple past tense, as I told you, we change simple past tense into was, were, plus verb in third form. But if it is interrogative sentence, then was, were, plus subject, plus verb in third form, and plus other words. Okay, now see here. He, it will come at the position of object, and a letter, it will come to the subject. Okay. A letter. A letter, it is third person singular, and with third person singular, we use was. Therefore, was. Was a letter, then we have verb in third form, written by, he will change into him. Now, the next one is how to change imperative sentences. There are two ways in which we change imperative sentence. The first one is we introduce let plus object plus be plus verb in third form. And the second method is we introduce a phrase like you are. If it is order, then ordered. If it's command, then commanded. If it is a request, then requested. If it is advised, then advised. Plus to plus verb in first form, that means infinitive. We use to plus verb in first form, that is infinitive. Remember, we change imperative sentence in two ways. And the first one is we introduce let. Like here, let, then followed by object, then followed by be form of verb, and then followed by verb in third form. Or the second one is we introduce a phrase like you are ordered. If it is order, then we have to write ordered. If it's command, then we have to write commanded. If it is requested, then we have to write requested. If it's advised, then we have to write advised. Plus infinitive. Infinitive means to plus base form of verb. Like here. Please post this letter. Here we have please. It means it's a request. Okay. Therefore, and the second one is post. Post is verb in first form. And then we have this letter. This letter is an object. The first and the foremost thing is take this object to the position of subject. Okay. Like here. This letter. Or you can say introduce let. Okay. Let. Then followed by object. Okay. Here it's object. This letter. Then followed by be. Okay. Here this is be. And then verb in third form. And the third form of post is post. Remember, there are two ways we can change imperative sentence. The first one is just introduce let plus object plus be plus verb in third form. And now look at the second way. It's here the please. Word please suggests us that it's a request. Okay. Therefore, we will write you are requested. Then you are requested. Then introduce infinitive. That means non-finite verb. That means to plus verb in first form. Here, you are requested to post this letter. Now, look at the second example. If it is negative sentence. In negative sentence, we just introduce not. Okay, like here. Don't plug. This plug. This is a verb in first form. And the flowers here is object. Now, what is the first rule? Let plus object plus be plus verb in third form. Here, let plus object, and object is the flowers. In negative sentence, we just introduce not, and then again be form of be, simply be, and then verb in third form, and the third form for plug is plug. Okay, and the second way is you are advised not to plug the flowers. Remember, we change imperative sentence in two ways. And the first one is just introduce let plus object and object plus be and then verb in third form. And the second way is we just introduce a phrase like you are order. If it is order, then order. If it's command, then commanded. If it is advised, then advised. If it is requested, then requested. Okay. And plus infinitive. That means to plus base form of verb. Like here, you are requested to plus verb in infinitive to plus verb in first form. Then this letter object. Now the next one. If there are verbs like taste, smell, feel, how we change these sentences? Remember, we write subject plus be form of verb plus the last word of the sentence, and then when, and then we introduce another subject it, followed by again is, and then verb in third form. Like here, this medicine tastes bitter. Now, what we have to do? First, introduce subject. And what is the subject? This medicine. This medicine is subject. And subject must be followed by be form of verb. And this is present tense. Therefore, we will introduce is. Why? Because is the medicine. This is singular. Therefore, we have to introduce is, not am or are. Okay. This medicine is. Then put the last word. What is the last word in this sentence? Last word is bitter. This medicine is bitter. Then when, here it is when, then it is verb in third form. What is the third form of taste? It is taste. Remember, in If we have verbs like taste, smell, or feel in a sentence, how we change the sentence? First, we write subject, then we write be form of verb, and then we put last word, and then when. Then we have to write it, is, and verb in third form. Now, look at the second example. This flower, this is subject, and then we have smells, this verb in first form. And here, sweet, this is our last word. Okay, first, write subject. What subject? This flower, this subject. Then be form of verb. And this flower is singular. Therefore, we will write is, be form of verb. Then we will put last word. What's the last word? Sweet. And then we will put when. Okay. Uh, Here it's when. Then it is verb in third form. It is, and the third form for smell is smell. Now, our ninth rule is how to change infinitive sentence, or how to change sentences that carry infinitive. Infinitive sentence means to plus base form of verb. Actually, it is non-finite verb. We have to write in infinitive, we have to write subject, then followed by main verb, then followed by object. Object must be followed by to be, and the verb in third form. But third form of each verb? Infinitive verb. For example, look at this sentence. I, this is subject. Then we have want, this is verb in first form. Then we have to plus write. Write is verb in first form, that is its infinitive, non-finite verb. Then we have the letter, this is an object. First write subject. Look at the structure, subject plus main verb. Our subject is I, and our main verb is want. Then put object, and our object is the letter. The letter, this is our object. Okay. Then to be, here it's to be, and then verb in third form. But of which verb? Infinitive verb. Here it's infinitive right, we will write, written. Written is verb in third form. Now look at the second sentence. She, this is subject, has, this helping verb, but here in this sentence it acts as a main verb. Children, this is object. Then to look, this is to plus verb in first form, that is infinitive. Look after, here the verb is look after, not look after. First we have subject, then we have has. Here in this sentence it acts as a main verb, has. Then we have children, children is object, noun object. Then we have to look after, to plus verb in first form. Look after is verb. Okay, this is infinitive. Now, what is the structure? First, we have to write subject. Here is our subject, she. Then followed by main verb, and here has is the main verb in this sentence. Then we have to write object. Object is children, and then we have to write to be here, to be, and then verb in third form, but third form of infinitive verb. And here infinitive verb is look after, and it will change into looked after. Remember, when we have to change the sentences that carry infinitive sentence, we have to write structure like subject plus main verb, and then object plus to be plus verb in third form. But third form of which? Third form of infinitive verb. Okay. Now the next rule is, 10th rule is, if there is a phrase in sentence like it's time or it was time, then plus to plus verb in first form. How we change the sentences? Don't change the phrase. It is time or it was time, it will remain same. Then add for plus object plus to be, and then plus verb in third form, but of infinitive verb. Okay, verb in third form of infinitive verb. Look at the sentence. It is time to send. To send, this is infinitive verb or non-finite verb. A telegram, this is an object. Now, how it will change? It is the time. It is time. It will not change. It will remain same. It is time Then introduce for. Here is our for. Then introduce object. What's object? Object is a telegram. A telegram. Then introduce to be. Here it's our to be. And then verb in third form of but of which verb? Third form of infinitive. Here it's infinitive send and its third form is sent. This is our third. Now look at the second example. It's time to stop. Here it's time, it's phrase. Then we have to stop. It is to plus verb in first form. That means infinitive verb. The work is an object. Okay. Now how we will change it? It is time. It will remain same. Then introduce for. Here it's our for. Then introduce object, and object is the work. It's our the work. And then introduce to be. Here it's our to be, and verb in third form, but of infinitive verb. It's stop and it will change into stopped. Okay. Now the next one is prepositions following the verb in the active voice must follow them again in the passive voice. If you have a preposition in the active voice and these prepositions, they will follow the verb in the passive voice. Don't drop those prepositions. It will remain there. It will follow the verb. Like here. He, this is subject. Loft, this verb in second form. At, this is preposition. And me is object. Now again, this is simple past tense. Simple past tense will change into was, were, plus verb in third form. Me, object, it will come at the place of subject. He, subject, it will come at the place of object. Okay. Now me will change into I, and with I we use was. I was. Here it's I was. Then verb in third form. Locked is verb in third form, and at. Don't forget this at. It will follow the verb in the passive voice. Like here, locked at by. He will change into him. Another example, for example, if it's like here, I sent for the doctor. This is simple past tense. As you know, simple past tense will change into was, were, plus verb in third form. Okay. Here, I, this is subject. Sent, this is verb in second form. For, this is preposition. The doctor, it's an object. How we change it? Object will come at the position of subject and subject will come at the position of object. Therefore, the doctor. The doctor, it's singular. Therefore, with doctor, we use was. The doctor was. Now, the verb in second form, verb in third form, and sent is again a third form. The doctor was sent. Now we have the preposition for. Don't drop this preposition, okay? Preposition will follow in passive voice. Follow the verb in passive voice. The doctor was sent for me. Now look at the next example. Our next example is like here. They, this is subject. Looked after. Looked after is verb in second form. The girl is an object, okay? Now, the girl, here we have looked after, looked, and followed by preposition after. And this preposition, it will follow the verb in the passive voice. This is simple past tense. Simple past again, it will change into was, were, plus verb in third form. The girl, it will come at the position of subject, and they, it will come at the position of object. The girl, and the girl is singular, and with singular we use was. The girl was. Then followed by verb in third form, and third form is again looked. Okay, looked, and after it will follow by. They will change into them. Remember, prepositions following the verb in the active voice must follow them again in the passive voice. It was all about active voice and passive voice. Thank you. We will meet again with the next topic. Till then, goodbye.
Like, share and subscribe. Hit the bell icon for more updates.